I'm Rajvinder, student ID OWL2002. The first case that I will be presenting on the Frederick Fortiat case as a part of the contract law assignment. As we have followed the IRAC method, I will be starting with the issue of the case. There were 3 offers made to him for the publishing rights of his second book, and I offered for the movie rights of his first book. Fortiat has responded to all the offers, but the main issue is we need to find out which is the offer that now become a contract that binds him. Now for the rules, I would like to call Yuvraj. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajvinder. I'm Yuvraj Pandey. My student ID number is EMB 24380. I will be explaining about the rules that were used for this case. To investigate this case, the rules that we had to dig into were the rule of contract, which is agreement and legal enforceability, rule of offer, which includes an intention to be bound, a confirmed promise to be in the contract, and proper communication of the offer. Rule of auction, which is the highest bidder is bound to the contract. There are 2 types of contract. One is written contract and another is oral contract. And the rule of postal acceptance, where the acceptance time is the time that the contract was posted. This is then applied to the case of the forthright, which will help us reach the conclusion of which contract he has been bound to. To explain the application portion, I would like to invite Saba.
Hi, I'm Shaba DC and my student ID is EMV24374. In this case, Forthright, who is the writer of 2 books, receives an offer of $45,000 from a filmmaking agency, Havoc Films, to make a movie of his first book. He was impressed with the offer and responded saying that he accepts the offer. However, he gets to have a final say on who will be the protagonist of the movie. The agreement is on hold till Havoc Films responds to the counter offer. Now, for his second book that he has recently finished writing, he gets an call from the chief editor of Boswell Books to publish his second book, to which Forthright says it is fine, but he will not consider less than 40 grants. After a few days, the previous publisher, who had not treated him well, which is Metro Publishers, he called him to ask about the book, where he replied he's almost finished writing the book, but he's only going to give the rights to the highest bidder. Metro Publishers offered him $50,000. He knew he would get better treatment from Boswell, therefore he negotiated with Boswell to get a higher price, and they settled at $45,000. He received the offer letter from Boswell, signed the written contract, and then posted it to him. While coming out of the post office, he met Pickwick. Pickwick was a well-established publisher who was well known in the market for the treatment that he gives to his writers, and he offered him $45,000 for his book. He went right back to stop the contract from being posted, accepted the offer of Pickwick, and took the check from Pickwick. In regards to the sale amount, he was a bit confused, and he had not quoted exact price and then he had told to the publisher he would give it to the highest bidder. However, he ended up taking only $45,000, which was less than the highest offer. For the conclusion of this case, I would like to invite Indrajit.
Thank you, Saba. I am Indrajit Kaur. My student ID is EKSA 2001. I am here to explain the conclusion that our group has made on this case. With this, we can easily conclude that with the Metro Publisher, there was only offer but no acceptance or intention with Boswell. The position was not successful, so there were offer and acceptance, but the intention changed as the acceptance was taken back. With the Havoc Films, there was a counter officer. If they accept the counter officer, it shall be a contract with Pickwick. The only contract he found is the contract with Pickwick, as there was a offer, intention, acceptance, and as a confirmation. The check was also given to forthright, which he accepted. Back to Rajvinder.
Thank you, Indrajit. The second area that our group will be presenting on in the Joytronics Pty Limited case as a part of the corporate law assignment. The issue that the case wants us to focus on the legal positions with regards to the breach of journal law or statutory duty of care and diligence for Mercedes and Greg as a director, whether their decision to shift to the new premises were protected by Section 180 under 2 of the Corporation Act, and whether they are liable for the breaching Section 588G of the Corporations Act 2001 if the company become insolvent. Now I would like to call Indrajit. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajvinder. I am here to explain the rules that were used in this case. To investigate this case are now directors that has to be honest and transparent when it comes to making a business decision, acting with due diligence and responsibleness, not focusing on personal profit, the duty of care for director where they should not be taking decisions without exploring other possible options, and that decrease the profitability of the creditors and the company, and the statutory duties and obligations of a director. Also, the section of the Corporation Act 2001 has been considered. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shaba again, and I'm here to explain the application of this case. The case clearly mentions that due to the opening of the new rival store, the company growth and profit was very low already. As Felix reports to the store every day, he alone decides that the store has to be shifted. The area where the duty of care was not followed, breaching the Section 180 of Corporations Act 2001, were Felix decided that they should shift to another location and started the process without the consent of the other court directors. Despite of knowing the financial situation, Felix did not obtain a complete information regarding the market and the properties available for them. The selling price was too high for the company to bear the financial debt. However, Felix did not think that this was a problem because Parramatta was the second largest and crowded city, and the location may be good for them to capture the uncaptured population of this area. Felix communicated incomplete and false information to other directors. Greg was ignorant of the financial situation despite of him being one of the directors. Mercedes was unsure of the decision being taken, but she did not take a stand for it. She should have actively asked time to do research, and even after having that in mind, she did not strongly communicate that, and she did not make Greg aware of the situation that they were in. Despite of all this, they took a step against the best interest of the company, and the company eventually started making loss. Now, the Section 588G was also breached because Greg was ignorant and therefore unaware of company's financial situation, whereas the other two knew, but they still incurred debt to the company, which is now at loss, and if corrective measures are not taken, may be insolvent as well. Now, for the conclusion, I would like to invite Yuvraj.
Thank you, Sabha. Keeping in mind all the rules and provision for the general law or statutory duty of care and diligence as a director, and after applying the rules towards the case of Joytronics, we can come to a conclusion that all the directors have breached their duty of care. Hidden and false communication, unconsented decisions, incomplete information gathering while taking a decision that negatively impacted the company, and Greg being ignorant of the company's financial situation, and Mercedes not taking necessary steps to stop the decision are all the actions that makes way towards breaching the Corporations Act 2001. At the end, we can say that both Mercedes and Greg, even Felix, have breached their general and statutory duty of care and diligence as a director and breached the Section 588G of the Corporations Act 2001 if Joytronics become insolvent. Also, Mercedes' decision to agree to the purchase of the new premise was not protected by the Section 180 under 2 of the Corporations Act 2001. This brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you all. Have a wonderful time. Thank you.